So when we have someone who has a fixed mindset and we have them in front of us, the messages they're sending are things like, my qualities are carved in stone. You feel like there's an urgency for this person to constantly prove themselves over and over. They feel like intelligence, personality, moral character are finite. They can't get worse, they can't get better. So they'll often have a mindset where they have to prove themselves over and over because they're never enough. Effort is seen as something bad, it's shameful, it means they're not smart or talented. Because if they were smart and talented, things would come easily. I want to take a few minutes on this because if you have a patient who has a mindset where effort is negative, imagine how difficult it's going to be in therapy. What are we asking of our patients when they come to therapy? If there's one thing they need to do is put in effort, and often a lot of effort. I tell my patients, if you come here every week and you're having too much fun, it's because I'm not doing my job. So imagine the real impact it has on therapy when somebody comes in with a fixed mindset. Failure is a little bit like effort. It's also seen as bad and shameful, and I'm not smart and not talented. Because if I were all those things, then I would succeed. So again, in therapy, imagine the impact it has. Because if your patient is not doing everything right all the time, then they're a bad person, it's shameful, maybe they don't even want to share it with you, or they're not trying enough, because if they try, there's a chance that they may fail. So of course, this has an impact on your patient's everyday life, but it will also have a huge impact on the therapeutical process. What happens with these people is that whenever there's a challenge or a setback, they'll try to avoid or they'll give up very quickly. So right here, just in the sentence, you can see how it defines resilience, right? You cannot define resilience without talking about setbacks and stressors. So if you have a fixed mindset, you're basically avoiding setbacks. You're not even thinking about dealing with them or adapting to them, you're just avoiding them. What we also know is that these people will often ignore negative feedback because it's just too threatening to the self. Like they can't even psychologically go there. Also, it's interesting because in the relationship with others is they'll often feel very threatened when others succeed. So they'll downplay other people's success, or they don't want to hear about it, or they'll find all sorts of justifications. What's kind of the end result of this is that you have someone in front of you who basically they're underachieving, they're not reaching their full potential, and they're feeling helpless. So let's look at the other side of the coin now, which is the growth mindset, which is what we want to foster in your patients for them to develop as much resilience as possible.